What is going on, guys, and welcome back to a Karazhan boss guide where we are on the final boss, Viz'aduum. Now, there is a lot going into this fight. There's a lot to cover, so I will get right into it and I will try to cover it the best I can. Now, first things first, as you can see, he does a disintegrate ability where he targets a random player and he just shoots like this beam, and when he shoots the beam right there, you just want to make sure you're out of the way. If you're the person targeted, you definitely just want to try to sidestep it the best you can. Another thing that he does do that you want to make sure that you are interrupting each time is he does an ability called, oh man, what is it? Not Chaotic Shadow, Burning Blast. You want to make sure you interrupt Burning Blast every time or close to every time. That's just one of those that you get a stacking debuff, it starts hurting really bad, you just want the DOT to wear off, etc, etc. Now, he does do another thing, as you can see, those purple little shadows right there, that is called Chaotic Shadows. Now, in the first phase, he only casts that on one person. I think it lasts about 8 seconds, and when it comes off, maybe it's 10 seconds, when it comes off, these orbs come out of the way, and they just kind of splatter everywhere. If it hits somebody, it does heavy amounts of damage to everybody within 10 yards, so just avoid them. Now, once you hit 66%, guys, as you can see right here, you get flown up into the next area. You do want to avoid his disintegrate right there, and just avoid those the best you can, and then just start tagging him once you make your way up to him, and then he goes back into what he normally does. Big thing here, guys, is now he does Chaotic Shadows on 2 players in phase 2, so you've got to worry about that. Plus the disintegrate, you've got to make sure that you get out of the way for that. You do not want to get knocked off the ship. It is completely possible to get knocked off the ship, and you don't want to be down a DPS healer tank, you know, or you're going to end up having to wipe it. The little green spheres that you see right here is from his other ships called Bombardment. It lasts about 10 seconds. Avoid it the best you can, along with everything else. Like I said, there's a lot that goes in with this fight, so the quicker you down him, the better. The higher DPS you have, the better, and of course the smarter your team is to be able to help with interrupts and avoiding everything, obviously the better, guys. I would say that phase 2 is almost harder than phase 3, just because I feel like you get less room to move. Keep in mind with all of this, you do have the entire ship here. You don't have to stand right here on the corner like we did. You can move up and down the entire ship. Now, once you push him into phase 3, you'll jump into his little portal. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, because you're going to have ads right here that you've got to clear, and I think it's like every 5 seconds or something like that, he summons ads on top of that. He opens up a rift, and the only way to close that rift is to interrupt him. So what we did is we pulled all the ads as close as possible to him, down the ads, just did some AoE damage real quick, and then we popped hero, excuse me, and then we started just burning down on the boss. These ads don't do a lot of damage, you just want to be a little careful with it. Even when you interrupt this rift, he still does all his other abilities, plus ads still get summoned. 2 ads get summoned still. On top of that, if it couldn't get worse, Chaotic Shadows now targets 3 people. Again, guys, utilize the ship. If you're a ranged DPS or a healer, you know, run to the very back of the ship or get as far away as you can. That way it gives everybody else time to kind of avoid those little orbs as possible. And if you do all of that, guys, you have officially beaten Karazhan next to Nightbane, which we will get into. I will make a video on how to do the Nightbane, how to run the entire course of it and all that. It is a timed run, so it can get a little hectic. But that is Viz'aduum, guys. Congratulations, you have beaten Karazhan, and I think we've covered it. I think we've covered it. Next to achievements, I think we are done. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. And until next time, everybody, my name is Tomkins, and I will see you all later.